Hi. It is, I don't even know what time it is. I just got home from co facilitating a frequency bath for 222 Higher Consciousness Codes portal at the Star Temple with the Cosmic Messenger Derek Pennant. This beautiful journey. Honestly, it was one of the most potent ones that have been held at the Star Temple. We journeyed with Lotus too. And so I wanted to come home. It's been a while since I've actually recorded a purely light language video, and this one's not going to be purely, obviously I'm speaking English right now, but to share a little bit about what's going on this day. And yeah, have a little sink-in journey. So I'm going to share a little bit about what was shared at the Titonatseki at the frequency bath, not what was shared by the people that were there, because that obviously is from their perspective and also private, because they're at the event. More about what we shared about 222 and also about Lotus and the guided meditation a little bit. My throat is a little, not tender, but definitely gets used. And as I'm progressing further in my own journey, in my own path in regards to awakening the gifts and deepening the gifts and being present. So I co-transmit. If you've been following me, then you'll know this if you're new to me, or maybe you don't. Maybe you haven't seen the videos where I talk about co-transmission. I don't leave. I don't step aside and then something else comes and enters me, some other being. It's a co-transmission, but the percentage of them versus me, not versus them and me, varies, right? Tonight was very much like a 90-95%. Some of the shamans that come through, Titonai or Kushtaya, very powerful shamans. At one point, there was so much being processed for the collective that I was like, the tears were streaming down my face. Because, so the 222, is about connection. It's also about love. So 222 is 6. Yeah. Which is interesting because 2025 is 9, and then you add that to the 6, and that's 15, and that's another 6. That's heart. Heart. So this is a lot about the patterns that are holding you back, that are holding you in place. Letting go of the past, by letting go of these pieces, these patterns, these holdings, it allows more capacity for what's next. Think of it like feng shuiing your heart, feng shuiing your frequency. We're not just talking physical holdings. That's often what happens, as it starts out in the energetic, and it comes down into the physical body. And once it hits the physical, it's harder to release it, right? It's harder to transmute it. It's possible, but it just takes a little more effort because it's dug in. Yeah. So this is about those pieces that we're holding. I got my notes from them. Yeah, right? It allows, when we open up the space, it allows for us to have a deeper heart space. So some of the questions, you can journal them, you can ask yourself these. I usually recommend writing them in some capacity. It's different than when we just think about them. When we think about them, it's not tangible. Yeah, but when we write them, something changes, something shifts. So some questions to consider. What are you still holding on to? What is that thing that needs to be grieved and released? This one. Where are you holding out onto? Where are you holding on to old stories and beliefs that aren't true for you anymore? We're humans. We're made up of stories. We make stories out of things that we don't even need to make. Like, think about you're looking at a lemon at the store and watch your mind. Is it like, oh, I wonder where this came from? I wonder who collected it. I wonder what's on top of this. It probably is because of this, and they probably got it in. Stories. But when we hold on to stories, that's where they can become hindrances. Our definitions. Tito na sikia. So where are you holding some stories and beliefs that might not be yours, or that you had before that you don't now? Right? What new and expanded heart wants to be brought into your life? What new and expanded love wants to be brought into your life? Yeah. It could be romantic, it could be platonic, it could be a pet, a child, yourself. What divine unions are being called to you? What pieces are being brought together right now? Unions, connections, relating with other beings. So we leaned into lotus. Lotus, beautiful, beautiful medicine. Not for everyone. So again, please don't dip into herbs unless, especially if you have conditions or you're on medications, those kinds of things. Yeah, you want to make sure you're safe, right? Not all plants are for all people. Okay, so lotus is about, it's uplifting, but it's also relaxing. Uplifting because it releases that tension through that relaxation. It releases that tension, that holding, which then allows you to expand and uplift and connect. And depending on the part of the plant, depends on if it's more for the physical plane or moving up from the root chakra up to the crown, because we use all parts of the plant, right? And it's down. Lotus lives in the muck. It starts in the muck, and then it comes up and it's this beautiful flower. Gorgeous. So we're journeying with the petals, and the petals are, right? The thing is, people, you don't have to ingest it. You can sit with it. You can bring up a picture of it. You can put it on your skin. Energetic journeying is possible, right? We're all frequency. It's all about renewal and rebirth as well. And we were just talking about releasing those stories, releasing those patterns, stepping through, shedding that skin, stepping through. This is an ancient, right? What do we say? So it's part of the water lily family, which is an old and primitive family. It's been around forever, before humankind. So when you are connecting in with a plant, regardless of the kind of plant, food, anything, how long has it been around? The longer it's been around, the more you're connecting into that wisdom, that knowledge that's from the before. Connect into the primitive brain as well. Now the journey, beautiful. Oh, the way that people leaned in. And the first part is about charging up your heart. It's about charging up your heart. Right? Illuminate the heart and open the crown to connect into the higher self state frequencies. When you're there, notice how your heart glows. What color is it? What texture is it? What's its rhythm? What's its pulse? Feel it. Where does it live? Maybe it lives here. Maybe it lives in your solar plexus. Maybe you have multiple heart points. There's no right or wrong. It's just a noticing. After you've experienced this, then move into the second, which is look and feel for the places of holding in your body. Maybe this looks like you seeing your body as a grid and all the little points. Kind of, I just picture the Operation. Remember the game Operation where you'd go in with the tweezers and if you touch the side, they'd, right? Look at those points. And maybe you scan and you see this image and you can see these points lighting up. These are the points of holding. You don't need to know the stories attached to why there's the holding there. Doesn't matter. It's just, oh, there's a holding. It's causing tension. Maybe it's causing pain. Stuck point. The candle just flickered on that one. Stuck point. Maybe you do the body scan. Some people do really well with the body scan and they scan from the head down. And they feel it and they're like, oh, that feels a little different. That feels a little, maybe it's pain. Maybe it just feels a little tense. Maybe it feels like a little rock. Maybe it feels like a little pinprick. Maybe it feels vacuous and like it's not connected to you, to your body. Right? What's its color? What's its rhythm? What's its pulse? Maybe it's a different color for each piece. Maybe. Maybe it's the same color for all. These are all the pieces. So you don't need to know the stories. Just know that these are the pieces that are holding you hostage in the here and now. You're holding on to the past self, and it's preventing you from actually moving forward. And then the third part of this meditation, of this inner journey is to change up the holding pieces, the holding patterns, with the frequency from the heart. Right? One by one, take that heart rhythm, that heart frequency, that heart color, and infuse each holding point that you found with this heart frequency, light, and rhythm. Sidle up that heart frequency to the holding space, whichever one, pick one, start with one. Sidle it up to it until that holding one entrains to the frequency of the heart, starts to match the frequency of the heart, and then slowly it takes on the color of the heart until it's transmuted. Because energy is just energy. Energy doesn't disappear, it just changes form. Well, these holding patterns are changing form to the heart field frequency. Might take time. It takes space. It takes patience. It might take multiple times, yeah. And we went through this meditation. I went deeper with this meditation. But I wanted to share the basics with you because it was very profound for people. Yeah. It was a profound journey tonight. They always are, but this one had a different quality to it. So I hope you're doing well on this 222 and you're allowing yourself the space to be in it. Because it's about the time of connecting. Doing so from the heart, but we can't do so if we're stuck. We can't show up if we're stuck. One of the easiest ways if you're stuck, sounds easy, very hard, but also very easy. Simple, I should say it's simple, but it's challenging, is to speak it. I feel uncomfortable right now. I'm noticing this sensation in my body right now. In the past, I would have hidden or ran the other way or not spoken up because I would have felt small or I wouldn't have felt heard. So now I'm speaking up. Say the words. If you watch my video from December, it was all about the vulnerable heart and showing up in the vulnerable heart. That hasn't stopped. It's still here. It's still the time to show up with the vulnerable heart. Okay, and this video I know is getting a bit longer, so I'm going to end this video and I'm going to record a second one that will be the light language journey, the light language sharing around these themes and topics of connection, releasing the holding, and training your being in these spaces to the frequency of your heart. Okay. So much love and stardust. And I'm going to sign off and I'm going to go do that one. So stay tuned for that video too.